from the very beginning. I think Cat did a really good job of kicking out to start. And, we hit our first couple threes, and then he started going to work inside, and everything felt pretty loose. And I thought the guys did a great job of just staying in the flow. And then when we needed to kind of slow down and get some buckets, we could just go back to Cat. We obviously shot the ball well, but we generated a lot of really good, wide-open shots. So.
Did you feel like Carl really played slow today and was patient?
Yeah, he did. He was very slow, patient. I thought did a really good job of, we've just been trying to preach simple and strong, and I think he did. He went at him in the post. He took the mid range. He took the three. He took him off the bounce. Like whatever, was there for him. He did a good job of just like sizing it up and then going pretty quickly. Not in a rush, but
What do you have to? Oh, you're good. I was just going to ask you about his 10,000 points eclipse tonight. What have you seen in your short time out of Cat? And how many more milestones do you see him having?
Well, he's an unbelievably gifted offensive player. He can score at every range on the floor. He has incredible footwork. One of the best shooters in the league, not just as a big. So, really good passer. He's just a joy to have. He's a luxury to have offensively. I don't know how many more milestones, but hopefully there'll be a lot, and hopefully they'll be all backed up by a lot more winning.
And it's a career high 10 threes tonight. What does this say about maybe kind of the ceiling for his game?
Yeah, we've seen games like this from Ant before. He has this for sure, and I thought. Timing wise, obviously closing the game tonight, he was really, really big for us. I thought a lot of his, he got into ISO game, which he was in a real good groove about. It all felt kind of had the right tempo to it, but even so, he was getting a lot of good looks in the flow. He's had a lot of these, type of games, not a lot, but he's had enough. We've seen enough of these type of games to know that he has this in him. His challenge is, to not do this every night, but, back up these type of performances with other really good performances.
You often say that he has a sense of timing. And
yeah.
You kind of alluded to it. It seemed like his threes
came
at opportune times for you, like when they were getting a little close.
Yep.
He did a couple buckets.
Yep. Yeah, he had a couple threes. He had the real strong drive from the right slot and finish. Had one of his trademark steals, which I thought was going to seal the game, and they made a hell of a play to block it. And he didn't. That didn't seem to faze him. He came back and still made plays down the stretch. So, it was fun to watch. Fun to watch him.
Do you sense, just for the team as a whole, that a night like this could become just not just Ant shooting threes, but everybody?
Yeah, we've said all season that at some point they're going to go in. Tonight happened to be that night. We did a really good job of finding each other and finding, the holes. I thought for the most part, we kept ratcheting up our defense as the game went along. We didn't start with great defense, and we didn't start the second half with a great defense, but we found a good defensive intensity through the rest of the game there.
Finding those holes, what makes you kind of believe a performance like this, shooting-wise, can be duplicated?
Yeah, every defense is different, So I think as we go down the path, we see different types. We feel a little more comfortable. We can kind of we can draw back from, hey, last time we played this type of defense. This is what we got to do better. I think as we see more of that, I hope we can be able to learn and grow in that way.
Jaden McDaniels seemed to have one of his most impactful games on both.
Sure, yeah.
Was that encouraging to just
yeah.
see him? He's gone up and down this year, but that
yeah. Yeah, and I thought so too. And it was good to see 3 of his first 4 shots go in. He always competes defensively, gives us good length, rebounded, in the mix a little bit out there too. I think he had 5 defensive rebounds. That's big for us, and big for him.